What's up, guys? We're back again today with another great video, and today's video was actually going to be working on my car and doing the check engine light part 2, but we're actually still waiting for one of the parts to come in, and I'm wanting to do more testing with just the fuel tank cap and see if that's going to fix it or not. I had the check engine light was off for a long time. It came back on one day and then it went back off the next day, so really weird, but I'm going to just test out and see if the gas cap makes it go away before we go ahead and do the O2 sensor. Plus, we're still waiting for the NVIDIA S-Pipe to come in as well. So in today's video, we're actually going to be working on the 2017 Corolla. It's the SE model, and we're going to be giving it an oil change, and we're also going to be putting a cabin filter in it. So let's go ahead and we'll get to the video. Alright guys, so let's go over everything that you're going to need for your oil change and for your cabin filter. So first off, you're going to need the oil filter right here. It's going to be the XG4967, and this is a Fram Ultra synthetic. This is like the top of the line that they make, and we just get our stuff at Walmart. And this is going to be like your normal oil filter. This is not the cartridge one, so make sure that you see if your car has the normal oil filters like this or it has a cartridge one, because Toyota makes them both ways. So the next thing you're going to need, we run Mobil 1 in my TC and in her car. That's just what Toyota uses it. The Toyota dealership that I worked at, they used Mobil 1, and that's what oil that I like. You can just pick whatever preference you like, but we get the 5W20. Her car calls for 0W20, and then my car can do 5W20 or 0W20, but her engine, my engine, it's pretty much the same thing, and I just like the way that the 5 weight is better in the car. It just seems like the car runs better, feels better with a 5W20 in it instead of the 0W20, because 0W20, it's kind of like water, and I don't really like the way it is. It made my car run funny when I put in it. So you can either go with the 0W20, which is what the Corolla calls for, or you can do the 5W20 like I'm doing. Either way will be fine. So for your cabin filter, we also get the Fram, and Walmart carries these. It has the baking soda in it, so it makes the air coming through smell a little fresher. You know, like sometimes when you turn it on, it kind of smells musty and stuff like that. This will kind of cut down on that. And a lot of people forget about their cabin filters, and they'll get leaves and all kinds of stuff like that down in there. And then when you turn your AC on, if it's not blowing super strong, or if it feels like it's clogged up or something like that, not blowing as strong as it was or not as cool as it was, sometimes it can be as simple as your cabin filter just being clogged up. So we're going to go ahead and change that out, and it's going to be CF10285 will be the end cabin filter. So the other tools you're going to need, this is just an easy tool that you can also pick up at Walmart. I have this works on my car and her car. It's just easier to grip the oil filter and take it off easy with your ratchet. And then you're going to need a 14 millimeter for the drain plug, and then you'll need something to catch the oil, which is what we've got right there. So let's go ahead and we'll jump underneath the car right here really quick, and we'll start doing the oil, and then I'll show you the cabin filter. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jack up the car. Also, if you guys have the plastic ramps that you can drive up on, you can also use those. I have those at home, but we don't have those here. But make sure if you jack it up that you also use like a jack stand or something in case the hydraulics fell in this. You do not want the car to crush you. And then obviously go ahead and open your hood. So I'll meet you underneath after you do that, and we'll start taking out the drain plug. All right, guys, so we're underneath the Corolla now. And as you can see, right here is your oil drain plug, and then right back there is your oil filter. So if you need to know if you have a cartridge car or a normal oil filter car, you can just look right here. So let's go ahead and we'll loosen this up with our 14 millimeter, and then we'll get the oil out. Alright guys, so now take your oil filter tool like I have, or you can use pliers. You can just stick it on there and take it right off. So let's go ahead and we'll jump back into another time lapse. I'll take that off for you guys, and then we'll put the new one on. All right, guys, so while we're letting that drain out a little bit, we're going to go ahead and prep our filter. Obviously, you guys can use gloves or whatever, and then make sure you don't miss your oil pan. So we're going to use my lovely assistant here. Take your oil filter out, and you'll notice that there is a gasket right here. Always lube that gasket up. You can just we've got our cap right here with some oil in it, and just rub around the outside, and that just lets it seal better. So you don't have any leaks or anything like that, but it just kind of helps lube that gasket. So now that we've got this set up, we'll go back underneath there, put our drain plug in, put our new filter in, and then pour our new oil in. Also, another thing is when you take your drain plug out, when you wipe it off on like a paper towel or something, if you look, which hers doesn't have any, but if there's something going wrong in the engine, or if stuff is breaking down, you'll actually see some metal fragments on the end right here because there's a magnet. But as you can see, this is doing good. All right, guys, so we got our new oil filter. Let's go ahead and put it on. And always make sure, I didn't show this on camera, but always kind of clean up around right here. We got a little drip left right here, but kind of clean up around that so the gasket will make a good seal again. Now on these, once I move the oil pan out of the way, I'm going to tighten it really tight with my hand, but don't take a tool and tighten this, because once everything gets hot and stuff like that, you're not going to have to worry about this coming off, and it actually is going to suck really good and tight to it. And if you tighten it down with a tool, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get back off next time. So don't tighten it down with a tool, just tighten it with your hand as tight as you can get it. So let's go ahead and we'll put our drain plug in now. As you can see, it's still dripping down a little bit, but this will cut it off, and then we'll clean up everything with a paper towel. And with your drain plug, what you'll do is you'll just take your socket and just go on it and just kind of give it a good half turn to make sure it's good and tight. But you don't really have to tighten it down super hard either, but you don't want it to be loose and fall out on you when you're driving. So now let's go up and we'll put some oil in it. Here's a little bit better angle for you guys after I got everything tightened up. So now we'll go up there and put the new oil in it. All right, guys, so we've took our oil cap off, and we're gonna go ahead and start filling it up now. Now the Corolla, I believe, takes 4 quarts, but we're gonna fill it up to like 3.5 and then check it. So let's go ahead and start putting it in there. I got you. All right, so we went ahead and put 4 quarts in there. Let's go ahead and check it and see. And with this fresh oil, it's very hard. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but we're right there, right below the dot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the cap back on, and we'll run the car for a couple seconds, let the oil kind of run through it, and then we'll probably put a little bit more in there, so it'll be right at the dot. All right, guys, so obviously after you start your car for a little bit, like I said before, the oil might go down a little bit, so just check it again and fill it back up to the second dot on the top. And then you're going to come inside, and as you can see right here, it still says maintenance required, visit your dealer. All right, guys, so as you can see right here on the bottom, you're going to have your odometer. So what you're going to go ahead and do is flip that to trip A really quick, and then you're going to turn the car back off, and you're going to hold down your trip counter button right here, and then turn it just to the on position, and then you'll see it resetting up here. So let's go ahead and we'll do that now. So hold down the trip button and then turn it to the on position, and as you can see, it's resetting maintenance data. And now you're good to go. So now that light is off. So let's go over here and we'll put in the cabin filter really quick, and then we'll close this video out. All right, guys, so for your cabin filter, you're going to jump in right here on your passenger side, let this down, unhook this right here like so, and then grab right here, pull this little, there's a little clip right here, grab that, grab this clip, and then your glove box is going to drop out, and then just pull straight towards yourself. So then, as you can see right here is going to be your cabin filter. So just clip this button in, it'll remove this plastic cover, and then you can grab and just slide it straight out. And as you guys can see right here, we got leaves and stuff like that down in here. Her cabin filter don't look that bad. It has been changed pretty recently, it looks like, from the dealership that she bought it from, but as you can see, there's still stuff in between it and it's gross, so we can go ahead and change it out. Plus this is probably a cheaper filter anyway, so let's go ahead and we'll put in the new one. All right guys, so we got the filter side by side. You can see how dirty this one is, and you can actually see how much bigger these fins are, so they're a little nicer. These are more flimsy. So on this one, it actually has the arrow pointing up, so that's the way you would want to put it. On this one, it has an arrow going down that says airflow, so the air is coming in from the top going down into your car like this. So on this one, you're going to want the arrow down, so basically just the writing like it is. You just want to make sure the writing's not upside down. So let's go ahead and we'll slide it in just like this. Okay, and then we're going to take our panel, slide it in down on that opposite end, and then push it in to where it clips just like that. And then you're going to go ahead and do the same thing. As you can see right here, there's a clip and a clip right here, and then right here's the clips on this. So you're going to pop it into these, shut it up, and then put your little hinge right here back on it so your drawer don't drop straight down when you go to open it. All right, so pop in the feet till you hear it clip, grab your hinge, pop it on. You're going to push it up, and these two clips on either side are going to pop in, and then you should be good to go. As you can see, there it is, and it shuts good. All right guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope this video helped you guys out. Some people really don't know how to change their oil or do their cabin filter, and that will really help you save some money and cost on your car, instead of having to take it to a shop and you know it's been done correctly. Some shops, they really don't do it good, or they'll tighten down those filters like I told you, or tighten down the oil bolt and you know, strip it out or anything like that, and you wouldn't even know. So as long as you're doing it yourself, you know it's been done correctly. But a couple little tips to remember at the end is, you know, lube that filter up before you put it on there so it seals good. Make sure you don't over tighten either one, the bolt, your drain bolt, or the filter itself. Do the filter by hand, and then get your drain bolt tight, and then snug it down like one turn or a half a turn, and it'll be good from there. It will not come off. And then your cabin filter, always, a lot of people do forget about that. I think you're supposed to do it like every 15,000 miles. So don't forget about that, because if your air's not blowing like it used to, or it's kind of smelling musty or anything like that, get a new cabin filter, because it really will help it out. Because when those filters get clogged, your AC won't work as good as it used to. But anyway guys, until next time, peace out, and remember, build your masterpiece.